Has any of you ever been in a situation where you're being told a truth, where you thought it was the truth, but it actually wasn't, right? Has it happened when you were a child? Or has it happened when you were a teenager? I'll tell you one of my truths. There's so many truths out there that you think it's true, but when you start digging a little deeper, it's not. For example, as simple as ice. We used to be told as professionals to do RICE, which is whenever you get hurt, you use rest, ice, compression, elevate. That was the truth. But in further study, after 40 years of studies, the same scientist that says to ice, right, the second part of it, said, you know what, don't ice. The reason why you're not supposed to ice is because it slows down the blood flow and it delays healing. Well, that truth was used by athletes and professionals for the last 40 years, right? So that was not the truth. When I was a kid, I remember when I first came to the US, I was reading books. And the books that teaches kids about getting sick, that when they get sick, they should, you see a temperature, a thermometer in their mouth, right? And they put an ice pack on their head, perfect. And then came the book where the doctor gave the child a pill to take. Gave the child a pill, gave their mom a pill, or the mom gave a child a pill to take. So now we have been preconditioned since we're young to take pills when we're sick. Well, I've taken my share. We've always had a bottle of cherry Tylenol in the fridge, okay? Always. Till this day, I do not like cherry flavored anything, right? Grape flavor too, grape and cherry. Those are just grape too, because it was the taste of the Tylenol and everything that we had in our house, right? And I've never, as a child, wanted to take that. I remember one time I almost ran out of the clinic, except my mom or somebody stopped me right at the door because I did not want to be there, right? And as I became a doctor, I realized that's not the truth. The truth is you don't have to take medications to feel better from a cold or a cough. And that taking medications from a cold or a cough actually delays your healing up to 2 times as long. So instead of you dealing with a cold where you just normally let your body fight it off, do everything right, take your supplements, vitamins, rest, drink lots of water, normally it will take 1 week. Well, when you take medications to try to block the phlegm and the toxins coming out of your body, it takes twice as long, 2 weeks. So that's not the truth. What else have you been told that isn't the truth? I'm all about learning about the truth because the truth will allow you to have your own idea of what's real and what's not. See, one of the biggest truths that are myths now is when you have joint pain, see, my mom went through this. When she had pain, the doctors told her to take a pain medication, right? And that was half truth because she took the medication, but no one told her how to correct the problem. See, and that was a big problem in itself. When the medications didn't work, the other truth that we were told was we needed Botox injections in her neck or cortisone injections as well. The third truth that we were told when that didn't work, or myth, I should say, was that she needed surgery at the time to cut off the nerve so that you won't have pain anymore, right? But that is not going to correct the problem. It might mask the symptom momentarily, but it doesn't correct the problem. As a doctor, I want to correct problems. I want to figure out how to fix the problem, what's the problem, and correct it. Don't you want that as a patient? As a patient, aren't we all looking for a solution? Now, there are some people who's looking for a quick fix, right? They want a quick fix so they can get through the day or get through an event. But the quick fixes will eventually hurt you in the long run, okay? Because they are going to cause problems in the long run. So just like any quick fixes in the world, right? Think about what are some quick fixes in your life that has not worked out, right? Maybe you've taken a pill and it didn't correct the problem. Maybe it was a toothache, right? That you just took something or you put something on the teeth and it didn't fix the cavity. It never got patched up, right? Think of your car. When your car starts vibrating at a certain speed, you really needed to correct the alignment, right? But you just chose, you know what, maybe I won't drive at 65 miles an hour because that's when the steering wheel starts to shake. So I'll go from 50 and I'll drive it to 70 really quickly and skip the 65, right? I mean, these are all quick fixes that just doesn't work. Maybe you're planting things in a garden, right? And instead of switching from one pot to another and repotting the plant, you just keep adding nutrients and soils to the plant. But in reality, you need to replot the plant, right? So these are all quick fixes in life that we thought is going to work. And I promise you, there is no quick fix that's going to drive a long-term solution. It has to be done correctly. For example, knee pain. Let's just take knee pain, for example. You can't just pop a pill and the knee pain goes away, right? You can't just exercise your way quickly and have the knee pain go away. You can't just have a cortisone shot and wish the knee pain goes away. Even surgery, sometimes, if you know how many failed surgery I have heard from patients who had one knee done and came into our office to now want to figure out how we can correct the problem in the other knee, there's no quick fix, right? So for health, there is a way to do it correctly, but it takes patience, it takes time, okay? And it takes work. I believe there's a few ways people fail in terms of taking care of their health. There's usually 3 reasons why people fail in taking care of their health or in life in general, in things that we do in general, you fail. Number 1 is because you didn't have the right data. You didn't have the right information. Number 2, you didn't have the right guidance. And number 3, you never gave it enough time. So these are the 3 things. It's really like the principle of how to get things done the right way. You need the right information, you need the right guidance, and you have to give it time. Because the right amount of time sometimes, or impatience, can really cause a setback, right? Things take time to heal. And if you're not allowing time for your body to heal, well, then you're going to think that the right information or the guidance didn't work. Any of those. You cannot do things without one of those. For me, for example, imagine if I went to my trainer. Well, number 1, I have to have the right information. I got to have the right person to guide me. And I got to give it time. I can't expect, you know what? I want to have 6-pack abs, right? Or if I don't know how to do it, I don't have someone to guide me, and I don't give it enough time, I'm going to think that it failed. So truth is the truth. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Patients in our office does not pay me to sugarcoat things for them. Because as a doctor, I believe that we shouldn't sugarcoat anything. Because there are so much perceived truths out there that when we absolutely know it's the truth, we have to tell it with conviction and say it in a way where people understands, but also on top of understanding, you're able to reach them. So Until next time, I hope that your doctor tells you the truth. Your family tells you the truth. Your friends tell you the truth. And if you are a friend, family, or doctor of someone, don't sugarcoat things, because sugarcoating it only delays the time that it will take someone to take the right action. Okay? Until next time.